Well, hello, Ava.
Hello.
Um, so I purposely didn't look into much background information when I got the email from Jamie about possible interviews to do. I chose a couple, and I went on Spotify and I listened to a couple things just to get a quick idea, and then that was it. So like I said, I didn't look into any background stuff, so we're going to learn stuff right now as we
Okay, cool.
go. So starting off with the band name. Where did that come from?
Frame 42. Well, 42 is a lucky number in Michael's family. And my brother Brock also read Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And 42 is like the meaning of life. It's the meaning of everything. And so to me, frame 42 means the frame is like the outline, and we're just kind of outlining ourselves with good things and good vibes. But it's funny because it kind of changes depending on who you ask what the name means. But that's my interpretation.
That's good. Everyone should have their own little personal connection to it, right?
Yeah.
So, how did you guys all come together and decide let's make some tunes?
Well, I have been taking music lessons since I was in probably third grade. My parents won me a giant pink guitar when I was in kindergarten from the school auction. And that was the first instrument that I had. And so I started taking guitar lessons a few years later. And then the woman that I was taking them with, she knew a couple other students. She was like, "You guys should be in a band together." Um, and that's kind of how we started. And there's been some um lineup changes. My brother ended up coming in and joining the band later on, and but I'm pretty happy with where we're at right now, and I think everyone else is also.
Good.
Yeah.
How many shows do you guys have under your belt now? How many gigs have you played?
I don't know. We've been together set for ooh, probably 6 years. So we have a couple. We had a really good year last year. It was like two gigs every weekend. This year we were kind of hanging back a little bit because we were in the studio and we were writing, but now we're ready to get back. But I'm scared to throw out a number because I know whatever number I throw out, I'm gonna get hated on for it by the band members. You're gonna say, we didn't do that. We did way more than that. We did way less than that. I'm gonna say a million. We did a million gigs.
Now, I did see that you guys have an EP that's just about to come out, right?
Yeah, the 21st, that's Wednesday. That we're super excited for. That's what we've been working for this whole time. Um, and it's going to be 5 songs. Two of them are out already, Ramona and Thicker Than Blood. And the rest, the other three, there's one called Petunia is my favorite. It's very soft and beautiful. It's kind of like a little lullaby. And then there's Pit Crew and Intoxicate are the other two that are coming out. They're both super cool. So Pit Crew has a really cool time signature change in it, which is it's fun to experiment with stuff like that.
Absolutely. What's the biggest show that you've played so far?
Oh, definitely Blue Ridge Rock Festival. That's in Virginia, and we played that um, last September, I think.
Hmm.
Yeah. And we Alice Cooper was there, Hailstorm was there, Ice Cube was there, and it was super cool. And with our artist passes, the coolest part was just besides playing, obviously, was just being able to go backstage and meet everybody, and everyone's always nice, and it was just awesome.
was that pretty much the game changer for everyone? Where like
Yeah,
after it was
that's
over,
like,
it was like okay, like now we're totally at a different level now. Like
yeah, it's like, ooh, I want to do this every weekend.
so after the EP is released, what's coming up? What what are you guys planning on?
We've got a couple gigs. We've got a really cool pre-album release for Greta Van Fleet's new album coming out, that we're doing. And actually, their dad has a band. And so the dad of the brothers in Greta Van Fleet will play after us. And so we'll be able to meet them and talk to them. And I don't think the band will be there though, but it's networking and we'll get there. We'll be able to open for them
Yeah,
someday.
yeah. I mean, you're
And
on the right path. So
hopefully. And then we've got a tour with Smile Empty Soul, um August 4th to the 22nd, which will be fun.
yeah, those guys have been around for a while. I think I saw them. Um, I want to say like in 2013 or 2012 or something. I saw them.
They're cool. They bring a huge sound for only two guys.
Right.
You'd never even know.
So is there anyone that's on the bucket list that you would love to tour with?
Oh, of course, Greta Van Fleet. Because they grew up only probably half an hour from where we grew up.
Mm,
So that's always cool. This one's a little bit out there, but I love Taylor Swift. That's who I started learning guitar. I learned her songs. I don't think the rest of the band would be as on board as but that's a dream. Um, Again, like I love Dolly Parton. Again, I don't know if the rest of the band's on board with that, but really anyone, Metallica would be cool. Hailstorm would be cool. Anyone, get us on get us on a tour. We'll go out.
what's the farthest that you've traveled so far, like to play?
I think Texas. We're from Michigan, so I think Texas is the furthest that we've been, and we went to Corpus Christi and Houston, I think, or Austin. I get them mixed up. But yeah, that was super fun. When we were in Corpus Christi, we were walking around and they had a cool I guess it would be the ocean because, but there was little jellyfish in it and it was like, hey, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked, but that was
That's
cool.
okay. I like side stories. So where would you personally like to play the most? Like, what's like the one place that you're like, yes.
Oh, Red Rocks in Colorado is always been a dream. But now I'm thinking festivals like Coachella or Bonnaroo or any of those would be awesome. Um, or I think definitely local to us, Little Caesars Arena is the arena in Detroit, and that would be really meaningful and cool. Like growing up, going to concerts there, and now I'm able to play on that stage. That would just be awesome.
Absolutely. Um, so when you were younger, did you like? Is this what you wanted to do? Is this what you've always envisioned for
Oh
yourself?
yeah. Yeah, I always somehow ended up doing something music wherever I was. When I was real little, my grandma had a piano at her house. So that would always be the perk, going to grandma's house and getting to smash the keys on her piano. And then I got and then I got my guitar a few years later. And then had in fourth grade, I would have singing competitions with my friends at recess. But I would take it so serious. I don't think they took it as serious, but I'd come home and I'm like, I have to practice for the singing competition tomorrow. It's versus the fifth graders, and I can't lose. I have to do this for my grade. I have to show them who's that I have to prove myself. I, and yeah, I've just always wanted to sing and be on stage, and it's just always been there.
Did you ever do those Battle of the Bands type things?
Yeah, we did a few of them. Not too many. We did we did one local to us, and um that was cool. We did not win. I think we came in second place though.
Second's
For
not
that
so
one.
bad, right?
Yeah, the second winner, as they
You're,
say.
you're probably winning now though, so it all it all fell into place.
Hopefully.
Uh, so who were your first like real vocal influences?
Hmm. I It's interesting because I I don't really I know recently I've been into like Taylor Momsen and Lizzie Hale, but before I hadn't really tried to style my voice after someone,
Mhm.
but kind of style my songwriting after people. So like I really love the Beatles and Paul McCartney, and I and try to study their songs and see like, okay, so they did this here and this here. I'm gonna try to write a song like that. Um, and yeah, it's more of a musical influence. But I'd say probably vocal influence would be Lizzie Hale, Taylor Momsen. Sometimes I get a little bit of Stevie Nicks in there, or a little bit of Janis Joplin. But yeah, I'd say that's about, those are probably the core ones.
Is there a song that you like to cover?
Yeah, whenever it's just me and a guitar, I have to do Bobby McGee by Janis Joplin. That's a crowd favorite always. And it's like burned into my brain. I can just it's it's one that I love to do.
So that's something that you've been performing.
Yeah, I actually I just performed it at my friend's Izzy's bonfire a couple of weeks ago. Her mom gave me a guitar and everyone was like, play something, play something. And I was like, okay, here's what I know. And I got a good reaction though.
Um, Random question. This is something that I like to ask people. Uh, where are the best tacos?
Ooh. There's a place in Lapeer called Tacos Jame, and it is supposed to be the best tacos. Um, but I don't know if I've ever tried it, to be honest. I'm definitely I'm more of a like burrito bowl kind of guy. So, oh, I don't know. I know probably it's got to be like the food trucks that are open until like 4 in the morning.
Yeah,
Those are the ones that have the best tacos.
usually, yeah. That's usually the case. Uh, Speaking of food, um, is there anywhere that you want to go, whether it's traveling around to or where like you want to go because of the food?
Oh, I think it'd have to be Italy because I love pasta and I love all that kind of stuff. And they have it all. And it's like you got to do it right. You got to go to Italy. I think that would be it.
It's hard to go wrong with pasta, right? Everyone likes pasta. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
um, what do you think next year will look like?
Hmm. I'm gonna speak into existence right now.
Okay.
We'll be nominated for a Grammy. We'll be on tour with Greta Van Fleet. We'll have multiple offers. We'll be offered to do that halftime show at the Super Bowl. I don't know how we're gonna do it all.
You're gonna do it, and that's it. You're just gonna do it, and it's
Yep.
gonna happen. So,
There's a will, there's a way.
exactly. Was it a conscious effort to kind of have like the classic rock sound, or was that just totally natural from like that's just like kind of what you guys do?
That's just what came out. Like a lot of my influences are a lot softer, a lot folkier, and the guys are way metal, hard, like, and I like that stuff too. So that's where we meet in the middle is like is the classic rock. So that's kind of where when we're writing, my brother Brock is notorious for writing crazy thrash riffs, and I'm like, how am I gonna sing over this, Brock? So I gotta write something pretty to even it out for me at least. um but yeah, it's just something that kind of happens, and we don't try to force it too much.
Um, so for anyone that's been following you guys for a while, and for the people who don't know you yet and are about to, what do you say to them?
Hello, people, and thank you for if you have been following us, thank you for following us, and thank you for your support. And if this is your first time seeing me, hi, and I hope you check out our singles and our EP, and go give us a follow, Frame 42 Band, on any social media.
Have you guys made any music videos yet?
We have two lyric videos on YouTube, one for Thicker Than Blood and one for Ramona. And I have to say the one for Ramona is super cool. It's my favorite and it's everything I could have imagined. So that one I would suggest go check that one out.
No, you heard it there. So make sure to check out the lyric videos. Make sure to check out the new EP that's coming out. Make sure to check them out on tour whenever they come near you. And let's hope for the biggest, most spectacular things like playing the Super Bowl halftime show
Yes.
and playing at the Coliseum in Italy because why not? It's gonna make it
Yep. And getting a dish before
happen.
some
Is there like so you got a big ball of pasta in front of you and you know they come by and they do the cheese grate. When you
Mhm.
tell them to stop,
I'd say probably when there's a good even amount on the top, I'll say, okay, that's enough.
just like
Thank you.
one full good layer there. Just
Yeah, not a thick layer, just enough.
okay.
Hey, that's good. Thank
You won't steal all their cheese
you. No, no, I'm not that kind of guy.
then. All right. Anything left?
Um, just follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, Frame 42 Band, stream the EP coming out on Wednesday, June 21st.
All right. Well, I want to thank you for giving me your time. Thank you for
Thank
speaking with me, and I very much look forward to listening to the EP in
thank
two
you.
days.
And thank you.